Hello everyone, my name's Adam. I'm one of the audiologists here at Alto Hearing. I'm back again today to bring you another earwax removal video directly from our clinic in Lutterworth, UK. If you enjoy these videos, it makes a huge difference to us if you can drop a like on the video and subscribe to our channel. We do really appreciate it. So what have we got today? Well, this one on the face of it is a good old-fashioned double earwax blockage, but I happened to be in when this lady came to book her appointment, and she didn't actually come in to book an earwax removal appointment at all. She came in to book one of our tinnitus assessments, and I was asked to help explain a little bit about what happens at these assessments to her. She told me that she'd been suffering from bilateral tinnitus for a long time, so she thinks it's probably been around a year. A really high-pitched whistling sound, both sides, and quite loud and intrusive. She's been really struggling to concentrate at work, where she does administration in a small office, and worst of all, it had really started to affect her sleep. So she tried a few different things like white noise apps, meditation, but they weren't really working for her. Now, it had got to a point where it was affecting her mood and relationships and things like that, so she came in to see us to see what we could do. Now, these are pretty classic symptoms associated with tinnitus, and ones we see fairly regularly in clinic, and there are different reasons for it. Tinnitus can be idiopathic, which means we can't find a cause for it, but things like stress and some different medical issues can cause tinnitus. However, a lot of the time, tinnitus is associated with hearing loss. Now, there's a few different theories as to why this happens, and you can check out some of our other videos in the tinnitus series if you'd like to learn more about this. But hearing loss itself can be either conductive or sensory neural. Sensory neural is hearing loss that occurs in the cochlea, so damage to the cochlear hair cells, which can be age-related or noise-induced usually. Conductive hearing loss is hearing loss that occurs because sound can't get to the cochlea, so something is stopping it being conducted. So things like problems in the middle ear infections, problems with the ossicles or bones of the middle ear. They can all cause conductive hearing loss, and so can wax. It stops sound reaching the eardrum. So before we booked this lady in for a full assessment where we delved deeper into the tinnitus, I had a quick look in her ears, and well, yeah, it was pretty clear before we'd looked any further into the tinnitus that we had to clear these out. So that's how she ended up here with Maria getting it all taken out. You can see they were really pretty chock-a-block. The great thing about these removals is it's not just about clearing out the wax, it's like we're on a mini detective mission. We're peeling back the layers, literally, to see if there's an underlying cause to the tinnitus that we can address, or if the earwax itself is the cause. We're not just diving in, it's more of a strategic approach. We have to be gentle, taking care not to cause any discomfort. You can see Maria's using quite a fine tool to gently loosen the wax, and it's a bit like archaeology. You have to be careful not to damage anything as you remove it. Now, as we're watching this, let's chat a bit more about tinnitus. It's such a complex condition. People often think it's just a ringing in the ears, but it can be so much more. It can be a whooshing, a buzzing, or even a humming sound. And it's not just the sound, it's the impact that it has on your life. Like our client here, it can affect your work, your sleep, and even your relationships. But what's really interesting is how often people come in for tinnitus and we find something as simple as earwax buildup. It's not always the case, but when it is, it's like we've hit the jackpot. Clearing the wax can sometimes provide immediate relief. It's not a cure for tinnitus in general, but for those where wax is the issue, it can be life-changing, and that's exactly what happens with this lady. As soon as we've created the gap in the first ear, she noticed the improvement immediately. When earwax comes out of the ear after it's been causing hearing loss, it can be really strange. People hear sounds they haven't heard for sometimes absolutely ages. It can make everything sound super sharp and tinny and even echoey. It's like putting hearing aids in for the first time. Your brain has just got so used to having hearing loss, it makes itself overly aware of the sounds that you're not used to. With this lady, that was the case, but importantly, restoring the hearing in both ears brought immediate relief to that tinnitus. Her response to this was one of being absolutely overwhelmed with the joy of being able to hear properly again and not having the whistling sound. But there was also a little bit of anger there at herself for not having this looked at sooner. That's a pretty common thing for us to hear too. But the important thing is getting it sorted and making sure there's nothing else going on. Once we've finished this earwax removal, we checked the hearing and everything was fine. Could she have done anything differently? Of course, but you don't know what you don't know. I hope you enjoyed watching this latest video. Do give us a like and subscribe to our channel. It makes a big difference to us and we really appreciate your support. I look forward to seeing you again very soon.